Hello, Jane Cleland here to talk about where do you get the time to write? It's a great question and it applies to so many of us. I have two answers, one a mindset, the other practical tips. Mindset. I have found that for me to be as productive as I want to be, and I think I am, it has to be a priority for me. You know, we all make priority setting decisions all the time. Is this more important than that? Well, for me, writing is a top priority, which makes it easy for me to carve out niches of time. And that brings me to my first writing tip. I learned I could write in 10-minute increments. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, during a particular busy period, I was in graduate school, I was adjuncting, I was writing a lot, I was on deadline for a book. I learned that I had 20 minutes between classes. Well, guess what? I took 10 minutes of that time and wrote a paragraph. What I found I could do is in 10 minutes, I would reread the last paragraph, get my head back in whatever I was working on, maybe tweak it a little, change a word or two, and then I would write a new paragraph. Well, guess what? You do that 3 times a day, you've just written a page. You do that every day for a year, you now have a first draft of a book. 10-minute increments. You don't need an hour, you don't need all day. You can write in much smaller increments. I still do it. It works for me. My next idea is the triple X approach. Whenever I'm not happy with something, whether it's a particular word choice, a paragraph, a convoluted sentence, whatever it may be, I type XXX. And maybe I'll make a note about what I'm not certain about or don't like or think is not working as well as something should. Because there's no triple X in any word in English. So if you do a search for triple X, guess what? You'll come to every one of them and can reassess it, can look at it with fresh eyes at some point in the future. It's liberating. You don't have to think about it. And that brings me to my third idea, I think a really good one and also liberating, and that is leave yourself a note before you get up from your desk. Whether you're working on a computer, handwriting, just make a sentence or two note about what you're going to write next. I have found that to be just so freeing. I can leave my computer and not have to keep things in my head because I know when I come back, I'll know what to write next. So make writing a priority. Try my triple X method, work in 10-minute increments, and leave yourself breadcrumbs for what you're going to work on next. You can do it. I know you will. And I hope you find great strength and solace through reading and writing.